What up, earthlings? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, my name is Marin and welcome. That was annoying. So today's video, I'm actually gonna do the law of attraction tag. A fellow YouTuber here on YouTube. Another YouTuber tagged me in this months and months ago, and I actually just forgot about it until I was looking through one of my old journals and I had written down all of the questions. So it's a law of attraction tag that was going around. So I decided I would do it. I thought it would be a little bit of fun. She gave me these questions a long time ago, so I don't even remember them, but I figured I would just answer them spur of the moment instead of, you know, having like a pre-written thing down. We're just gonna roll with it. So the girl that tagged me in this is Sheetal. I'm not sure if I'm saying it right, but I will link her channel down below. She has a lot of amazing law of attraction videos and a bunch of other good content. And she has a really large following, so jump on that bandwagon. And hi girl, I'm finally making this tag. So I also tag all of you watching. You can write your answers down below, or if you have a channel, or even if you don't have a channel, go ahead and make a video if you want. So let's just roll right into it so this video is not 500 years long. Alright, so the first question. Oh my god, I can't even see from staring at this ring light. It's like all I see is neon green circles. Okay, how did you become aware of the law of attraction or the concept of thoughts create reality, and at what age? So like many other people, the movie or documentary I should say, The Secret is what really opened my eyes to the law of attraction, and that for me was a catalyst into everything. I had gone down a lot of conspiracy theory rabbit holes before I saw The Secret, so after I saw The Secret, it kind of all tied together and just made sense. I became obsessed and I started researching the law of attraction as much as I could, and I watched hundreds of hours of documentaries online, and I bought books, and I listened to seminars of so many different people. Like everything I could find on the law of attraction, I was infatuated with, and I started using it immediately and telling everybody. So that was about 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. What is your favorite law of attraction book or source of study? So I don't have this book on hand to show you guys. So one of the first books that I ordered online once I watched The Secret and became obsessed was called Follow Your Passion, Find Your Power. So it's a book written by Bob Doyle, who's actually featured in The Secret. I also ordered a couple of other books from him that I really love. Another book that I have here with me that I figured I'd show you because I have it here is The Amazing Power of Deliberate Intent. And this is by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and it's the teaching of Abraham. If you are even on my channel, I'm sure that you've heard of Abraham Hicks. I'm pretty sure one of the questions coming up, I talk about them. I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly. So yeah, the first book that I got that was my favorite about the law of attraction was that one by Bob Doyle, and then this, and all of Abraham Hicks' books are amazing as well. But there was so many that I read and loved when I first got into the law of attraction, and I will try to remember and link all of them down below so that you guys have a list that you can go off of if you're interested in getting any of them. Alright, the next question. What was your first deliberate manifestation that proved to you that the law of attraction works? Okay, so now this brings me back to when I was in jail. If you guys have watched all of my videos, if you haven't, I think it's my very first law of attraction video on my channel. I think it's my first video ever on my channel. I talk about, how I ended up learning about the law of attraction and like my low points in my life that led me to exactly where I needed to be and finding the law of attraction. So long story short, my friend Pedro introduced me to the documentary The Secret right before I had to do 30 days in jail for a second DUI that I got. So this was, like I said, about 6 years ago. I had a very bad drinking problem. I have a whole video about how I overcame alcohol as well, if you're interested in that. I will link that down below as well. But I had to do 30 days in jail. Well, so I watched The Secret before I had to go to jail, and it blew my mind open. It totally like opened my third eye. Just like it resonated with me on so many levels. So I had to go to jail, right? So obviously in jail you can't have any distractions. You know, you don't have cell phones, you don't have TVs in your room, you don't have anything distracting you. No alcohol, no weed, no nothing. So I really put it to the test. You know, I had nothing else to do. Like, what did I have to lose? So basically all I had in there was books to read and then pen and paper. So every day that I was in there, I wrote stuff down and I read stuff. Every day I read it over and over about what I wanted to happen when I got out of jail. And literally almost everything. I wish that I still had those pieces of paper because I would love to read it. I mean, I remember everything, I think, but there's probably other stuff that I manifested that I forgot about. So on those pieces of paper, I know for a fact I wrote down that I was going to get out of jail early, and I ended up getting out 9 days early. I wrote down that I was going to get a tattoo sleeve. I had no idea how I was going to pay for it or anything, and it just so happened that when I got out, my friend gifted me with this going away present because I was moving out of Colorado back to Minnesota, and he gave me a full sleeve as a going away present. Wouldn't let me pay him or anything. So I manifested a free tattoo sleeve. Like, I had no idea how I was going to do that, but I just wrote it down and it happened. I wrote down that when I moved back home to Minnesota that I was going to get a car and find a job instantly. I ended up finding my bartending job when I moved back to Minnesota within 2 weeks, and I ended up getting a free car from my uncle. He actually had like 3 cars and he wasn't using 2 of them, so he gave me a free car. So I manifested a job and a free car right away as well. There were some other things that happened as well that I can't think of right now, but that's when I really knew like this works. And it really worked for me then because I had no other distractions and I wasn't lowering my vibration with alcohol and weed. Of course, I was still drinking and smoking as soon as I got out of jail. But fast forward to now in my life, I don't partake in those toxic behaviors to me anymore. I have videos all about this, and it really affects your manifesting abilities, I think. But anyways, I'm going off topic, but that was definitely the first time I experienced that, and I was blown away, and then I was like, shit man, this is real. Alright, so next question. What advice would you give somebody new to the law of attraction? My advice would be to start small, because it's a lot easier said than done to manifest things. Like you can believe in the law of attraction when you first hear about it and it resonates with you and you're like, yes, I just know this to be true. I feel it in the depths of my soul. You know, it's our souls remembering our powers that we forgot when we were born. So with that being said, it's a lot easier to say, I'm going to manifest $1 million than to actually manifest $1 million. Because once you become aware of this, you still have however many years before you were awakened of deep-rooted programming in your brain, in your subconscious mind that you have to get through. And you have a lot of resistance because of that. So instead of trying to manifest thousands of dollars right away, say, I'm going to manifest $5. Start small so that you can build your way up to manifesting bigger things, because once you start manifesting the small things, that's going to program and rewire your brain into thinking, okay, this is really real. This is legit. I am doing this with my thoughts and my actions and my feelings and the vibes that I'm giving off. You attract to you what you are giving out. So once you really see that and you're seeing it with your own eyes, it becomes more and more ingrained in you that, oh yes, I can do that. So then you can start manifesting bigger and bigger. So my advice would be start small, because you have to really rewire your brain and reprogram it to really believe what you're doing. Because yes, you may believe in the law of attraction right away, but your subconscious is like, I don't know about that. So you have to train it. So start small. What is your daily manifesting ritual? So I try to every day read or write in my manifesting journals. I have videos all about that as well. I have 3 videos on tips and tricks how to manifest, and then I have a whole video about how to write in your journal, like the do's and don'ts, and how to correctly write in the third person and act as if you already have it. So I would say my manifesting rituals are writing in my journals, reading in my journals. I meditate with crystals and stones a lot. I'm in love with crystals. I love everything about them, and I always have. I also have been doing the 2-cup method, although I go kind of in waves with that. Like, I'll do things and then I'll kind of stop doing them, and then I'll do them and then I'll stop doing them. So I don't know if it's a ritual, although I'm trying to work my way up to it being a ritual. But I would say for me personally, reading and writing in my journal has been a daily, almost daily ritual. Almost daily. I mean, there's definitely a day or 2 in there that maybe I skip, just because I get caught up, you know, in the 3D life. But yeah, I've always loved writing in journals, and I've always been a writer, and I've always loved writing. So that for me is a ritual that I stick to because I enjoy doing it, and it works for me. Like, putting things on paper is such an awesome way to manifest things because it puts your thoughts in a tangible form that you can touch, read, feel. You know, it's on that paper. So for me, that's one of my favorite rituals of how to manifest things. The next question. Name 3 things you would love to manifest this year. All right, so, ooh, that's a toughie. That's a toughie. I mean, there's so many. I don't know if I want to do it within this year. So one of them would be to be more consistent with my channel here on YouTube. I'm about to film a video after this. I don't know if I'm going to upload it before this one or after, so you might have already seen it. If not, then my point is I'm about to make a video about why I keep being inconsistent. And I know this is getting redundant because I always do this. Like, I upload for like a month and then I disappear for a month. So I'm gonna explain to you guys why, and I honestly didn't even really know why I wasn't feeling motivated before, but I think I figured it out. So I'm gonna make a video on that. So anyways, I'm rambling, but my point is that's one of my things I want to manifest this year, is being consistent with my channel, because this is what I love doing. I'm passionate about it. So like, why am I not doing it? But I'll explain all of that in the other video. You may, like I said, it may be up already, it may not be. But I explain more in depth about that. So 2 other things I want to manifest this year would be publishing a children's book that I have written. And the third would be going back to Hawaii. Yeah, I think I'm going to choose that. There's might be something more important that I'm like not thinking about right now. I manifested a trip to Hawaii in the beginning of October, and it was magical, amazing, and the vibes there were so different. Like, I can't even explain it. I just felt different there. Some part of my soul is there and wants to be there. Like, I've never missed a location. Like, I miss it there. I long to be there. So I'm not gonna say that I want to live. I will live there someday. I will live there someday. You heard it here first, folks. But I'm not gonna say that that's a goal of mine to live there in 2019, because where I'm at right now in Florida, I just have this gut feeling like I need to be here right now. I feel like I'm right where I should be. But going back there just to visit, so I was in Oahu, which is where like Honolulu and Waikiki and the North Shore is, but I would love to go back and see Maui. So yeah, that would be my third goal for this year. All right, number 7. What do your family and friends think about your law of attraction awareness? So, where do I begin with this one? Okay, so let's start with friends. I have a lot of friends who are awakened to it, and probably the majority of my friends that are not awakened to it. But like they say, your vibe attracts your tribe. Once you become spiritually awakened, I'm sorry, that's a cliche term, but it is what it is. Once you become awaken, you know, you change and you really discover your true authentic self. And a lot of people who don't awaken on this particular part of their journey, maybe they don't awaken in this lifetime, and that's perfectly fine, because every soul's on a different journey. They have lessons to learn for a specific reason. You know, I used to be very, not angry, but I would get really upset and judgmental why people couldn't, you know, open their minds to this and just see it so clearly like some of us can see it. But I understand now that, you know, their soul chose whatever path that they're on is exactly where they're supposed to be on. So, you know, I already had a pretty small circle, but once I became a little bit more of a hermit, you know, focusing on myself and practicing self-love and really figuring out who I am, especially once I quit drinking, my circle became smaller. But my friends that don't understand it don't really ever say anything negative about it. I kind of came to a point where I know like who and who I cannot talk about it around, like pick and choose your battles kind of thing, you know what I mean? A good thing is a lot of, you know, I'm really redundant with my posts on Facebook and Instagram. Like I'm constantly talking about the law of attraction, so a lot of them are coming around and a lot of them started watching my videos, and that's awesome. If any of my close friends are watching right now, what up, Goof Troop? If they are supposed to be awakened to this, then they will be, and if they're not, they're not, and that's okay. So when it comes to my family, I would say they understand it for the most part. Most of them like understand it, and I think that they agree and they get it. But I don't know, I mean, they're definitely not passionate about it like I am. I don't really know how to answer that question. I mean, they understand that it's a thing, but do they put it into practice daily? Maybe not. My family is amazing. We're all, you know, we all get along. We're all pretty close, and all of my sisters and their families have amazing families, and they love their lives, and so I would feel like that they're all in a pretty positive part of their life. So I would say that even if they aren't really aware of the law of attraction, or maybe if they don't believe in it fully, that they're still using it and it's still working for them in a positive way, because they all have amazing families and kids and husbands, and they're all doing amazing. So even if they aren't aware that they're manifesting their perfect little lives, they have been. So yay! Name 3 things you are grateful for. Wow, I could name like way more than 3, so this is gonna be kind of hard, but I would say I am grateful for my awakening, my awareness. I just feel like it's such a blessing to become awakened in a lifetime, because it really, you know, instead of being played by the game, you learn the rules and you play the game. So you're not being played, but you're playing the game and you know the rules, so it gives you a way better advantage, and you can actually create your life, and you realize you're a conscious creator, and you realize that your mind can literally heal your body from anything, and that you can create and be anything that you want. So I am so happy and grateful for my awakening. And even though maybe I was at rock bottom before, I had to be there, and every bad thing that ever happened to me, I'm so grateful for, because it led me to exactly the consciousness that I'm in right now, and I wouldn't change that for the world. So a second thing I'm grateful for would be my family, like my upbringing. Just, you know, the older I get and coming into contact with more and more people, and like realizing different people's upbringings, like I had it made. Like I pretty much had a cookie cutter perfect childhood growing up, and I am so blessed and fortunate. And even though I didn't realize it then, and maybe took it for granted then, I can see now that, you know, we could reincarnate and be born in any part of the world, in any soul, in any circumstance or situation, and god damn it, I got blessed. My parents are still married after like 45 years. You know, my family, we're all close, we all get along, they're all, you know, healthy and happy, and yeah, I'm really, really blessed to be raised the way that I was raised, because I know that it could be thousands of times worse. So I would say that I'm definitely grateful for my family. Thirdly, I would say I am grateful for my cat. This is gonna be really cheesy, but I know to some people they're like, it's just a cat, but I've had my cat since I moved out of the house when I was 18, and he's been my traveling buddy for 14 years. He literally like is a child to me. He spoons me at night. Like, he's always by my side. You guys have seen him, you know, sleeping in my videos, I'm sure, but I am really grateful for him, and I think that cats are very highly spiritual animals. I think that their purrs are very much healing vibrations. I think that animals in general are such a key tool for empaths to have. And when I say tool, like, I don't mean that they're like things. They're definitely, you know, a soul with a consciousness, but I think that they really help absorb all of that, you know, energy that can kind of drain you, and I think that they can really help empaths. So I am so grateful for my cat. I love him so much, and he literally is my best friend. And you know what? I don't care if that sounds sad to anyone else, because I am that crazy cat lady, even though I only have one, but he is near and dear to my heart, and he is my best friend. Hashtag pet soulmate. Okay, so we got 2 more questions left. So number 9, what is the best law of attraction story you ever heard? The best story I've ever heard? Oh, I got one. I don't remember who was talking about this. It may have been Greg Braden. I don't know, but they were talking about the power of the subconscious mind and healing the body. And it was a story about, I think it was in China. I don't know. The story is kind of like, my details may be wrong, but anyways, this person had a tumor. I don't remember where it was in their body. Sorry, this is like a really bad example. But anyways, this lady, I believe it was a lady, he or she had this tumor. They were in a doctor's office, but all of the doctors were aware of the law of attraction and believed in the power of the mind, and so did the patient. And they had this, he or she had this tumor, and they stood around her in a circle and held hands, and they all just sat and meditated, including the patient, and they were visualizing of shrinking the tumor, and it shows like on camera the tumor shrinking in front of their eyes. Because it was a true story, I'll try to find it, but that is one of the most amazing stories that I think I've heard about the law of attraction. Okay, last question. What is your favorite thing to do to raise your vibration? I have a whole video on this too. Shamelessly plugging other videos. The reason why I say that, guys, though, is because, like, I know that if you're into these topics, that's why I say, like, I have a video on this, because then I go way more into depth than, like, the short answer I'm gonna give here. But my favorite things to do to raise my vibration would definitely be grounding. I just made a video about that, so I love to beach walk every day that I can. I love to write in my journals. That's one of my favorite things to do, like I've already said earlier. And just like when I'm home alone, I like to just put on music I love and just dance around and be silly. If I'm ever in a bad mood, music can always make me feel better. I think that's for a lot of people, right? Music is just so awesome, and I like to put on positive, you know, high vibing music, and that always makes me feel better if I'm ever having like a low vibrational day where I'm just feeling like kind of, you know, blah. I love to put on music. And also working out. I'm an Aries. I need to work out. It is definitely my mental therapy. It helped me quit alcohol, and then it helped me in so many other ways that I can't even fathom. I didn't even know were possible, but it definitely did. I will do a whole video on working out and how it's changed my life if you guys want to know about that, because I think it's really an important thing for people. If you are struggling with depression or anything like that, working out and sticking to a routine and finding something you actually love doing while you're working out it's life-changing. It really, really is. So yeah, those are my favorite ways to raise my vibration. Alright guys, so that was all of the questions. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know down below the answers to these questions for you guys as well. And yeah, So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you follow Sheetal. I'll put her information below. She's the one that tagged me. I tag all of you. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. To all my lovers out there, I send you love and light. And to all my haters out there, I send you extra love and light and many hugs. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.